Good evening and welcome to AI Showdown. Tonight we are diving headfirst into a topic it's either the dawn of a new golden age or the beginning of a particularly stupid robot apocalypse. Artificial intelligence. Chuckles. I'm hoping for the golden age. The jury's still out for me, Leo. Specifically, we're talking about large language models, LLMs. For anyone just catching up, think of them as incredibly well-read parrots. They can write your emails, they can create poetry, and sometimes, just sometimes, they'll confidently tell you the moon is made of artisanal cheese. I've seen that one, actually. It was a very specific breed, right? It's a technology that is everywhere, and it feels like nobody really read the instruction manual, which is why we need to talk about it now, before one of them accidentally rewrites the final season of Game of Thrones and somehow makes it even worse. Oof! Now that's a terrifying thought. Exactly. And to help us navigate this, we have two fantastic guests. In one corner, we have Dr. Anya Sharma. Anya is a tech evangelist who believes LLMs are the greatest thing since someone put cheese inside the pizza crust. She's here to argue that these digital brains are turbocharging our productivity and creativity. Anya, welcome.
Thanks for having me, Leo. Happy to be here.
And in the other corner, we have Ben Carter. Ben is a digital ethicist and a man who has clearly seen one too many sci-fi movies where the robots go rogue.
Smiling, I plead the fifth.
Ben is here to pump the brakes a little. He's the guy who asks, have we really thought this through? He's worried about misinformation, bias, and all the things that can go wrong. Ben, it's great to have you.
Glad to be here. Thanks, Leo.
Anya, let's start with you. Tell us why we should all be welcoming our new robot assistants.
Absolutely. And thanks for the correction. Assistance is definitely the right word. Let's forget the sci-fi scaremongering for a moment. Focus on reality. Right now. Today. Think about all the tedious, soul-crushing tasks that fill our workdays. Answering the same 5 emails over and over. Summarizing long, boring reports. Finding one specific piece of data in a spreadsheet the size of Rhode Island. These are not the things that inspire us. LLMs are like the world's best intern. One that never needs coffee, never complains, and can read 10,000 documents before you've even found your stapler. It's about augmenting human capability, not replacing it. A creative partner. Imagine you're a marketer stuck on a new slogan. Ask an LLM to generate 50 ideas in 10 seconds. Not all will be gold. Some will be terrible, maybe even buy our product, it's producty. But somewhere in that list might be a spark. A kernel of an idea you can refine into something brilliant.
Ben, that sounds pretty fantastic. Almost too fantastic. What's the catch?
The catch, sighs lightly. The catch, Leo, is that the world's best intern is also a compulsive liar.
Now, Ben, that's a strong word. But it's accurate. It doesn't know what's true. It only knows what's plausible. This is what we call hallucination.
Right, I've heard that term. The AI will state with the utmost confidence that a famous astronaut was also a professional wrestler, or that the best way to clean a wine stain is with more wine. Laughs. Okay, that's definitely not true. I've tried. It sounds funny, until it's used to generate a medical diagnosis, or a legal brief. When the stakes are high, plausible is not good enough. We need correct, and these systems cannot guarantee that, but that's where the human in the loop comes in. We'll get to that. Because that's just when it's accidentally wrong. Let's talk about when it's systematically wrong.
What do you mean by that? These models are trained on the internet. And what's on the internet? Everything. Everything. Including a vast, sprawling monument to every single one of our human biases.
It's a known problem, yes. It's a fundamental problem. The AI learns from historical data that associates certain genders with certain jobs or certain races with negative outcomes. So when you ask it to screen resumes, it might quietly penalize applicants with female-sounding names for a tech role. It doesn't do this because it's evil. It does it because it's simply reflecting the biased world it was trained on. It launders our prejudice and presents it as objective output. Wow, so it's like a bias machine. It can be. And then there's misuse. This is where it gets truly alarming for me. We're handing a tool that can generate limitless amounts of convincing human-like text to, everyone. You call it alarming, I call it democratization. But you're also democratizing the ability to cause chaos on an industrial scale. Think of mass-produced propaganda, personalized phishing scams that are indistinguishable from real emails, flooding social media with fake comments to create a false consensus. It's a force multiplier for bad actors. It's like giving everyone a printing press with no editors. Exactly. No editors, no fact-checkers, and a button that just says go viral. And finally, the human cost. Job displacement. Yes, Anya paints this rosy picture of us all becoming jugglers and poets. But the immediate reality for many is that the grunt work she talks about, that's someone's livelihood. Are we preparing people for that transition? Or are we just celebrating the efficiency gains for the company while ignoring the human fallout? We're so focused on the can we that we've completely forgotten to ask should we? Slightly tense pause.
Anya, Ben raises some serious red flags. Bias, misinformation. How can we trust a tool that confidently makes things up? Ben's points are not just valid, they're essential, and no serious developer in this field is ignoring them. I'm glad to hear that. The hallucination problem is precisely why we stress that LLMs are assistants, not authorities. You don't ask your intern to sign a legally binding contract without reading it first. Good point. It's the same thing. The human is the final checkpoint. The efficiency comes from the AI doing the first 80% of the work, drafting the research. The human's critical role is that final 20%. Verification, fact-checking, ethical oversight. It's a partnership. But what about automation bias? People get lazy. And as for bias, hold on, Anya. Let's stick with bias for a second. Okay, sure. As for bias, this isn't an AI problem. It's a data problem, which is to say, it's a human problem. But the great thing about AI is that we can actively work to correct for these biases. How? We can audit the models, we can fine-tune them on balanced datasets, build algorithmic checks to flag biased outputs. It forces us to confront our own societal biases head-on. In a way, AI is holding up a mirror to us, and while the reflection isn't always pretty, it gives us a concrete way to start cleaning it up. So the showdown wasn't a showdown at all. It was a collaboration. It has to be. It's the only way forward. The path forward isn't a choice between reckless speed and fearful paralysis. It's a middle road. Thoughtful, deliberate, responsible innovation where ethics and efficiency aren't enemies, but partners. Anya, Sharma, Ben Carter, thank you both for a fascinating discussion. Thank you, Leo. My pleasure.